Hey, what's going on YouTube? Lionel here, and today I'm going to do a few videos for you guys. Let me fix my hat here. Okay, so I'm going to do a few videos for you guys. Hopefully, I'll get into a couple of reviews of my recent haul. Not recent. I mean, I've had them for a while now, but needless to say, it's just I haven't been able to do anything about them just because of my schedule. So I'm going to do a recent sniff video. I'm going to hopefully turn out 2 to 3 reviews, and I'm going to also just talk about this haul video. With the haul video, let me tell you, nothing here is spectacular. To be honest, nothing here is above $25 shipped to my door. And also, I picked up a couple of used bottles, so I think I've acquired about 6 fragrances. Yeah, 6 fragrances since January, and none of them, and I do mean none of them, were over 20 bucks, $25 shipped. So that's not too bad. I mean, that's 150 bucks for 6 bottles, and not even that much. It's probably like 115 bucks for 6 bottles. And I'm impressed with that. So, but again, they're not big time niche fragrances, or I guess what's popular in the community. They're just my stuff. So anyway, I'm going to talk about that. I did pick up 2 used bottles. La Octane from La Octane. So it's La Octane. I think someone told me if you drop the E, it becomes masculine, but the E is feminine. I don't know. And then I also got Issey Miyake. Now, quick thing about Issey Miyake. I've come to love Issey Miyake. Originally, I just didn't like the opening. It was too sharp. It was too something. But I realized as it relates to citrus scents, Issey Miyake is probably one of the top, and I'll put that one of the top, just pure citrus fragrances on the market. And I'm including niche. When I do my top 10, summer is going to make my top 5. I'm pretty sure, maybe even higher than that. So. That's that, and I ended up getting the used bottles from Jeremy of the Fragrance Brothers, and shout out to him. Quick shipping, great packaging, just awesome deal all the way around. So I'm very excited about that one, and it has become my go-to for this summer. So anyway, as you can see, I did graduate, so I'll be back in the communities, being involved. I started to get a lot more active on Facebook. I'll get a lot more active in the YouTube community again, watch some videos, do some reviews, really start talking about some stuff that I'm getting involved in. So, with that said, let me take off this stuff because it looks kind of cheesy. But I'm finished with school. This will be my first Memorial Day in about 3, maybe 4 years that I don't have test anxiety, or I'm not writing a paper, or I'm not meeting with a group to do a project or something. My gosh, that's cool. It's rewarding afterwards, but while you're going through it, you're like, man, I should just quit this foolishness. But finished it. I'm glad. Have my MBA. First person in my family to ever graduate high school, my immediate family anyway. So getting an MBA was very exciting for me, just because neither parent graduated high school, and my grandmother who raised me was from the deep South Mississippi, and she didn't even make it past 4th grade. So even she reads, and my first grader actually reads and writes probably better than she does. So and that's not a ding on her. She took care of us. She was a very hard worker and passed a lot of those traits down to me, and I was able to marry hard work and ingenuity with an education. So I'm very excited about that. The Army helped me quite a bit with that stuff, so don't want to get into that kind of spill, but needless to say, graduated with an MBA. Very excited about that. Hopefully it makes me a lot more marketable in the organization that I work for. And we'll see about that. We'll see where we go with that. But here we go. So let's get into this haul. So the first one comes from the house of S.A. Lauder, and it is Beyond Paradise. Ended up getting this one. It was, I guess it's technically used, but the guy said he sprayed it a couple of times and never wore it again. He just sent this, no box, but with the cap, and the cap is pretty horrendous from all perspectives of caps. I think of every bottle I have, this is probably the worst cap ever. bottle is uh, bottle is you know, I don't know. It's kind of a what do you call that color? That I don't know. You know, I see a lot of cars painted like that. It has purple and green and blue and very. I mean, nice, heavy, sturdy bottle. Very lovely fragrance. I'll tell you this. This is one of my go-tos this summer. Also, it seems like it fades, but it was so weird. I was getting just gentle whiffs of this throughout the day, so I really, really like this one. Beyond Paradise, sort of a figish, fruity fragrance. The next comes from the house of Anucci. This was created in 1989. As you can see, it's a golf ball. There's a golfer in the front there. The top is a. I thought that was good. I think that is glass. I can't tell. I don't know if that's plastic or glass. With the gold rim, here's what the bottle looks like without the top. The atomizer is unbelievable. You got to be careful. And this is sort of an ultra. I mean, it has some sweetness to it. Jasmine fragrance. I would put this against almost any niche floral in that market. It is, but you have to like florals. It does have sort of an you know, early '90s, late '80s muskiness to it. My wife does not like this, but I really, really like it, and I really say, man, if you're looking to experiment on florals for the price, you can't beat this one. Shout out to Mel, the blend master, who put me on this one. Next is going to come from the house of it's called Eclectic Collections, and it is called Carte Blanche. They have a bunch of these, and this is an EDP, as you can see. This is a sort of if it's a Miyake or Ode New York meets Bleecker Street, but just not as strong as either of those. This is actually a bit more transparent. Nice bottle. The box, I mean, when I do the review, I'll probably pull a box out. The box sort of looks almost like an Amouage type box, man, to be honest, where it sits in there. Cheap plastic top, but it looks metal and looks sort of magnetic, but it isn't. Barely even sits on there good once I popped it off a couple of times. So, I mean, you can't even, it stays on, but it's, you know, sort of loose. This is a plastic atomizer, so it's, you know, cheap bottle. But I paid about 21 bucks shipped for this, and this is probably one of the best fragrances I've gotten for under 25 bucks. And even at 35 bucks, even at 40 bucks, even at 50 bucks, probably this is a pretty good fragrance, I think. Perfect for the summer, perfect for going out office. I got a couple of compliments off of it. I like this one a lot. So, needless to say, it's sort of a it has cupcake, marine notes, I think some vetiver maybe in there. It's a nice fragrance. They did a good job with this one. And this fragrance house has maybe 15 to 20 different fragrances. I don't know. And the last one I actually just got yesterday, man. And this is Born Wild by Ed Hardy. And let me tell you, this is probably, yes, this is the best fragrance. And let me tell you, this is a 1.7, as you can see. You know, the cheesy Ed Hardy bottles. I mean, they're cheesy. I mean, if you like Ed Hardy clothing, then I think you would love the bottle. I'm not an Ed Hardy clothing wear guy, but needless to say, this fragrance is gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. I mean, if you can find this sucker on eBay for 20 bucks, get it. But let me tell you this: I paid 10 bucks for this yesterday at TJ Maxx. TJ Maxx, it was on clearance for $10. They had a 1 ounce for $7. They had this one. I had the 1 ounce in my hand going to the checkout, and then once I got there, the $10 one was just sitting there. I said, for what, 20 more mil, I might as well pay $3. This is a steal. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous fragrance. I actually may end up wearing this one today, man. I like this one a lot. I like it a lot. Go look up the notes. Tangerine and apple, sort of a tart opening with some sweetness and some wood, sort of creamy, velvety fragrance. Man, it is well done. So that is my haul. Ed Hardy Born Wild. Anucci. Let's see if you can see the word there. Anucci. You can find this one on Perfume One and some other places. Carte Blanche. You can find this one on eBay for about $22 ship. I'm actually going to pick up another one from this house called Titanium. And finally, this one. Peace.